Said this one traded for my first big win. Jonathan sank on the line tonight with a pack in hand and a story that bites. Old paper, new spark, name on the card. From basement deals to a full-on start. Collected and connected, collected and connected, trading the truth.
Hey, what's up? Jonathan Fink, Sports Card Collectors Club. And this is a first. This is the Card Life Chronicles, but it's rebranded and reformatted, and we're live. And today we're going to rip some Pokemon. Pokemon Pitch Black. Came out a couple days ago, and just like with Ascended Heroes, the lines were out the door, all the stores, but I was able to get a couple of packs at Barnes & Noble, including a booster box, and even one of these. So we'll rip, and we'll see how we do. New format. We got the intro, we got the outro, we got live chat going on. So shout out to the chat if I can get that set up. Feel free to join me today. I first want to mention that tomorrow night, 7 p.m., I got Paulie from the What Do You Collect podcast and the Collecting and Connecting Network. Paulie is the reason I even have this show. He's the reason I have the Card Life Chronicles. He's the reason I have the Rip Sessions, which will alternate with my regular podcast, which is on Tuesday nights. And it's every other week. And then every other week from there, we have the Rip Sessions, which will be me ripping packs with the club, people in the hobby. People just want to join me and rip packs and have fun. So I hope this new format works. I also like this new format because it's not just live, but it'll record. And then after the episode, I can then, create snippets of the big hits and big pulls and, and any kind of fun moments and stuff like that. So this is just a solo show. It's spontaneous. It's just me whenever I get the free time. But the Rip Sessions will be, again, every other Tuesday with, maybe some recurring guests, but some just random guest people from the hobby. And then my flagship show, the Sports Card Collectors Club podcast, that has not changed. That's going to be every other Tuesday. And, of course, tomorrow night, we got Paulie. So I'm really excited for that. Paulie's the best. And we have a lot to talk about. He was at Fanatics Fest. We were also together at the NBA Top Shop Summer League event, and that was just fantastic. And so Paulie's just amazing, and I really look forward to talking to him about all things hobby. So let's start with these individual packs. This is the first time I've pulled Pokemon Mega Evolution Pitch Black, but I can tell you that I'm definitely not a Pokemon expert. I was definitely very late to the Pokemon game. In fact, I write about my Pokemon experience, my maiden voyage, in my upcoming book, The Flip Life, which comes out December 1st. And I started to notice Pokemon at the trade shows. First, it was 5 years ago, it was 10% of the trade show market. Then it was 15, then it was 20. Now it's flipped. Now you go to trade. Oh, look at this! What a start! Now you go to trade shows, and sometimes it could be 95% Pokemon. Let me get some glass for that one. That's a winner. Hold on. So I started to just notice how awesome the hobby community was with Pokemon. I was very impressed by the economics, the economic activity, the vibrancy. And I just couldn't help it. I just got into it, and it's been so much fun. And when I got past sports with my God is Real series, I realized that I could write a book called The Sports Card. The sports card gods are real, and I reference the sports cards a lot in my, my regular book series for the Sports Card Collectors Club Volumes 1, 2, and 3. But Pokemon, I realized, deserved its own book. It is a religion. The Pokemon gods are definitely real, and the community has all the attributes: the saints, the sinners, the rituals, the traditions, the pilgrimages, the cathedrals. It's all there. Pokemon's got it, and it's also proven to be multi-generational, which really is the key factor that makes it a religion, but in a good way, a hobby religion. So I've been editing that book. I've decided I'm going to slow down my releases. I put out 4 books this year already, and it's just too much. I'm cannibalizing my own sales. In fact, on July 4th, I put out the New Era Volume 3 of the RBL book series, And then weeks after I released or published the New Era Volume 2, the hardback and paperback came out, and then delayed, the ebook went live. And then when the ebook went live, people bought it, and that became my number one selling thing. So I'm not complaining, but my number one selling book should really be the new release, right? And so obviously I'm cannibalizing my sales a little bit. And you know what? It's a good thing, because if I start spreading my books out, releasing them every 6 months, it takes some pressure off of me. I do kind of feel this need to be prolific for some reason. And it'll allow me to make sure every book is much better edited and perfect the way it is. And then I can kind of get the books on pre-sale ahead of time, and that'll also give me more time to do more marketing and social media stuff, like hosting 2 podcasts and doing the Card Life Chronicles. And I'm now, if you're noticing on my YouTube channel, when I just did my pack opening series, I was doing the Dempsey rip sessions, and I had the Pokemon. I was doing V Friends. I had the regular one. I also was doing Card Life Chronicle pack openings. I did over 1,000 pack openings, and I had 3,000 followers on TikTok, and over 1,000 on Instagram, and 5,000 on my Sports Card Collectors Club channel, which was great. But I noticed that on YouTube, I was stuck at like just over 50. And when I started to create some franchise simulations on EA Sports on Xbox that were themed after my books, like I'm playing College Football 27 with the College Football League, and I'm playing LB The Show to recreate the Republic Baseball League, and I'm now playing NBA 2K with bringing back old, in the RBL, old teams come back, and so I did the same thing with the NBA, and I'm playing the Lost franchises, and I'm going to buy the cards of all the players that I use in the game. So I've got to create a new PC for that, and so yeah, I'm just having so much fun. And then when I started creating those series and actually adding, first I was just recording them with my phone, which was so lo-fi thing technology. Then I figured out chat helped me figure out how to get it going on with the through Twitch, and I got that set up. And then I posted a few videos, so I getting some viewers. I was happy with people were watching them. It was pretty cool. And then I was like, all right, what's the next level? And then I started creating thumbnails, and then now I'm up to even 70 viewers. And of course, I think once you get to over 500, that's when you can start monetizing the channel. And that would be a hoot if I could start monetizing what I love, this hobby, and turn it into something that can then fund the hobby further, right? But fund more projects, write more books about these adventures, and keep going. So anyway, yeah, just having so much fun with this hobby, and Pokemon has become a natural extension from that. That's a cool card alert. He's just cute. Oh, he's cute too. Oh, there we go. That's the winner. I'm curious to watch this afterwards, see if we get any, if the sound quality is good, if there's any feedback, things I have to learn and do differently. Drop a note in the chat if you're listening and it sounds pretty good or not. All right, let's open the booster box. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is the maiden voyage. Again, I've done over 1,000 packet openings just on my phone by myself, low budget technology. But you know what? I realized that when I was in Vegas hanging out with Paulie, that you have this platform, I have this technology. Why don't I use it and to my fullest advantage? And that's a cool card alert. It's cute. Here's another nice, beautiful card. Wow. Another winner. I'll have to work on the lighting in here. But I thank you for joining me. I thank you for those who watch this after the live, following up on YouTube. When I'm playing MLB The Show and all that stuff, I'm doing it on Twitch live, and then I put the replays on YouTube, and I make thumbnails, and I put those on my Twitter. That's a cool cute card alert. And on Instagram. And we just, just having fun. There's my dog. It's time to go out. That's a cool card art. You gotta finish the stream, buddy. Ooh, that's very nice. Okay. Buddy says it's time to go. This was a good first effort. We had some good pulls. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. God bless.
He pulled a stain from a shoebox lid. Said this one traded for my first big win. Jonathan sank on the line tonight with a pack in hand.